Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 3, check. Check, check, check. You're good? I'm not here. Wait a minute. Check, check, check. Yeah, you can turn it down a little bit now. Right there. I'm good right there. How do I sound on your end?
I hear you.
Good.
I hear you.
Turn him up a little bit. He's kind of faint.
I'm faint. Then again, I don't talk much, so.
Yeah.
So got to speak with a British accent.
You do a British accent?
I do a British accent.
I love it.
Hey, all right. Is that better? Now since my microphone's like near my mouth, that's better.
All right.
Can we somehow draw in the ambient sound from I-75 there?
Yeah, is that what I'm hearing?
The highway.
Oh, thanks. Tim, can you do something about the highway?
I like it. I'll go
Tim.
out there and throw some pylons down. Give them a stop.
Yeah, don't do that, Tim. I don't think Fred has that in the insurance policy. I tell you what, I have an open. I usually go with the open right after the anthem and lead it right up to the face-off, and we'll be ready to go. I would say, if you want to, Tim, if you want to open with the highlight video, that's fine. That's fine. We can fill in all that, but if you want to start with the highlight video, as a matter of fact, can I see it? Is there a way for you to play it? Okay, never mind. I should be able to play it. Don't worry about it. Will you play it here? Okay. You could not ask for a more perfect day for lacrosse, not a cloud in the sky. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the campus of Southern Methodist University for the LSA Game of the Week between the Bobcats from Texas State and the Jayhawks from Kansas University. Hello, everyone. I'm Heckma Harrison, and joining me on the field is Jim Dixon. And today, Jim, we have two teams hovering around the 500 mark that I wouldn't say desperately need a victory, but definitely one needed here today by these two clubs.
Well, when there's two of you, somebody's got to come out on the upside. So obviously desperation is desperation, and obviously you want to get going, and these two teams, Texas State's kind of rolling into the tail end of their season, and Kansas is really just kind of getting rolling. With 5 games under their belt, taking a loss last night to SMU. Texas State comes in fresh, not playing last night, and rolling north on 35 up here to SMU to get this thing going. And we'll see how these two teams kind of match up.
Yeah, two teams here, obviously, one out of the South LSA division and one out of the North, and that is KU. And, man, I tell you what, joining us for some March Madness, not basketball, but lacrosse here at SMU. And I tell you what, this is, for all intents and purposes, you could not ask for a better day. 70 degrees, a little bit of a breeze, but again, not a cloud in the sky. So you don't have to worry about the heat that will come probably in the next couple of weeks that will fall over Texas. And I'm sure KU is happy about that.
No, yeah, the adjustment to come down, I mean, they're not far from digging out from snow.
Right, exactly. Absolutely. As both teams are getting ready, referees are on the field. The goalie for Texas State is John Rodriguez Sr., and for KU, goalie is Philip Clemente, number 32. Both teams we will have a national anthem, and right after the anthem, both teams will meet in the middle of the field, and we'll get underway. Please make sure to like and subscribe Game On Sports for all LSA lacrosse. The LSA Game of the Week will be brought to you by Game On Sports. Again, like and subscribe. I'm sure you've liked and subscribed to Game On Sports yourself, JD.
I always like and subscribe to everything. That's why my life is so chaotic. But I mean, this Lone Star Alliance, I mean, it is absolutely a treasure for Game On to get to do these games of the week as we roll into the tournament time of the year, and we're going to sit over here at SMU and watch the best in class on the Lone Star Alliance get after it, and that's a fun weekend, and I got that thing kind of check marked on my to-do calendar.
Got it on your to-do calendar as both teams meet in the middle of the field. As you stated, the Jayhawks losing yesterday to SMU here at the intramural field, 7-20. And for Texas State, their last victory coming against UTSA, that was a victory that they got at the, believe that was the 4th. Was when they got their last win. Their last defeat that they had was to Oregon, where their trip out west was not too kind to Texas State.
No, at Texas State, I mean, they had to roll up into Corvallis, and obviously, traveling to the Pacific Northwest is always difficult for teams. And you spend the last 500 miles on pack mule getting to those places. So that's definitely a challenge, and same thing that Kansas is facing coming down here with a Friday night game and then a game today. A lot of these kids they lose a lot of their roster.
And the FOGO for Texas State is Nate English, number 25, and for KU, Andrew McKinley, as the possession will be taken by the Jayhawks. Pass goes out of bounds. Possession will go back to the Bobcats. Spencer Kane for the Bobcats, one of their main defensemen.
Yeah, you see Sims here on the near side kind of directing traffic, coming in as a pole, but converting over to LSM on that clear. And that's a challenge for every team, to get a turnover and look for a clean clear. And that's obviously something that's going to play paramount today for both these squads.
See them working from behind the X, and that's McLean West, number 3, working from behind the X to try and get a shot attempt on goal for the Bobcats. KU now on the move.
McLean West, that sounds like a villain
I'm sure he wants to be.
On a Western or something.
Absolutely. Number 35, Cooper Goss for the Jayhawks, setting up the offense. And a little bit of a two-man game up top are the Jayhawks. In the first shot attempt on goal by Ben Cook. And a save by the goalie. Texas State trying to get the clear. Chris passing. And we say by the goalie because we don't have a number 14 on our roster, so we're going to have to find out who the mystery man is.
I thought we had all mysteries cleared up, but apparently one snuck by.
We're going to go with John Rodriguez. That was what we were told by the coaches, and he's number 28 on our roster, but we're going to go with 14. And that's a turnover and taken by the Bobcats.
In MCLA, I mean, these guys are students first, and laundry day gets hectic, and sometimes you don't have your jersey.
Is that what it is? Blame it on laundry day. I like
laundry
that, Jim.
Day. Hey, man, these guys are chief cook and bottle washers. There's no EQ guys in the corner. Nobody helping them out.
Sam Jabin with the pass to set up the offense. Working the far side is Max Combs. Combs now behind the X, seeing the defense converge around the crease. Combs with an outlet pass in the middle of the field, and that is a shot attempt that ricochets high for Sam Jabin.
Yeah, Cooper Goss just got in the middle of that with his stick up high.
They have numbers. That was a shot attempt that looked good from this angle by Max Combs.
Yeah, Combs cleared X, basically didn't pick anybody up on the seam, was wide open, and just got his hips wide, and just unfortunately went about a foot wide of the cage, and Texas State retained possession, and then eventually turned over. But if you're Kansas, you got to question that as to where's that slide coming in, and why is that guy wide open like that?
You see Combs, he was number 33 for the Bobcats. He is hovering around the X, around the crease. And that was a pass that goes out of bounds, and the Jayhawks now have the possession. As you see them hustle for the loose ball on the far side, Jayhawks maintain possession. Tyson Smith, number 39, bringing the ball inbounds for KU in the blue. Blue jerseys with red trim, white shorts with red stripe. Mitchell Knowlton dancing in the alley, number 12, and finally a shot attempt by KU, and that's by number 2, Zach Krause.
Yeah, Knowlton picked up high, didn't really have a man on him, and really kind of crow hopped into coverage to kind of dirty up the shot. He probably wants that back, but a quicker shot probably would have resulted in at least a challenge by the goalie.
Will Desmond running into the double team and looking like they have numbers, and KU does, as Ben Cook with the magic stick here at SMU. KU on the board at 10-22 here in the first period.
Yeah, Ben Cook, I mean, he just went along the goal line, extended, popped out wide enough to get that shot. And, of course, on that angle, you know, your goal face is only 1.5 feet wide. Kind of eye-faked the goalie out and took that back corner, just dropped it right in the pipes.
Back down at the X is Nate English and Andrew McKinley. Possession goes to the Jayhawks. Owen Gillick with the pass back up top to number 25, Tommy Foster.
Yeah, Jaso picked up that ground ball off the wing and really just kind of flipped it back behind his head, assuming he had somebody back there.
See him doing a good job of working in the alley. That shot taken by Cooper Goss and set up by Tommy Foster.
Yeah, Rodriguez, again, a good setup down low. Just taking his eyes away on that clear, or on that save, and resulting in a clean clear.
Bobcats setting up their offense, number 20, Cade Nygren. Caleb Cole in the alley with numbers. Thought he would have taken a shot attempt, and instead he passes to Scott Gaddy.
Yeah, he kind of got Gaddy short on that, kind of a little low out of his zone there, because if they could have got that up high on the stick, that would have been a one-timer in.
And Kyle Sprague for KU trying to get the clear. Sprague with the long pole. Finally gets the clear. He was definitely being haggled by Bobcats, and finally KU calming this offense down, trying to set up. Not setting up anything. They're going quick. They are going quick, trying to get another shot off, and that was Ben Cook near the crease. Logan Gillick passes out to number 29. Drew Darger. Darger being defended by Jackson Tuzo. Finding the man. He's just Johnny on the spot is number 4, Ben Cook. Standing right there around the crease, and he makes quick work of that score, and that's 2 for number 4, Ben Cook.
Yeah, Ben Cook just set up on the crease and just went unattended. There was no slide. The slide had already moved to the other side, and the goalie Rodriguez had to adjust to it. And by the time he got back around, that thing was in the back of the pipes.
And we're 2-0 here at Southern Methodist University between the Bobcats and the Jayhawks. Please, again, make sure to like and subscribe to Game On Sports for your LSA Games of the Week. As they take a break, we're going to take one as well, and we'll be right back with more LSA action. Back in action here at Southern Methodist University. Heckma Harrison alongside Jim Dixon.
Yeah, I mean, when we pregame with Coach Martinez, you know, we kind of asked him who's the guys that step up, and he had to think about Ben Cook, and I don't know why with the guy hanging 2 already.
You would think that'd be the first name he would say is number 4, Ben Cook.
That's when you come up with it out of sound slip. Ben Cook.
There's a guy working on a hat trick here at SMU, and we call his name. There he is. They're trying to win the ground ball war, and they do. Getting away with it is number 5, C.J. Sims for the Bobcats.
Sims is just a ground ball maven, and that you know, I kind of assumed it was off wing, but apparently that's in defense, and that kid's just really, really active, and he's turned a couple of possessions so far today, and that's something that Kansas needs to really kind of address.
Caleb Coe working from behind the X gets the pass out to number 3, McLean West. The guy that we've said is a super villain.
He's a Yellowstone villain. He's working for the government on Yellowstone.
McLean West. He's never going to live that down now because of you, Jim. Just changed the whole trajectory of Mr. West's life. Logan Gullick with the pass back up top to number 35, Cooper Goss. We all know the guy that they're looking for, the guy that's hovering right around the crease, and that's a shot attempt and save by John Rodriguez.
That was a nice little backhanded low to low, and Rodriguez read that very well. Another great setup save. I mean, he had to stick right where he needed, and his feet set that whole deal up. Spencer
Kane with the clear for the Bobcats. Cade Nygren working now back from behind X with number 11. Caleb Cole back in the crease. Looked like he had a good shot, but that's a save by number 32, Philip Clemente. They hurry up and get this across, or they'll get a failure to advance. Good rear check. And there's your guy again, the ground ball. What'd you call him? C.J. Sims. You called him something a minute ago.
Ground ball maven.
Maven, okay.
He is on it. He anticipates.
Avery Martin, number 32. With the rear check off the head.
Out of the back door on that one.
So far, a cleanly played game, JD. No violations so far. No flags yet.
No, and I think these two squads, I mean, honestly, I think Kansas wants to just get that whole deal from last night over and done with, and they are on a trajectory for the day, and I think Texas State's trying to feel out their opponent, and I look for a well-played game here today.
And as we say that, there's your first flag. I definitely jinxed it. How about that? Guy standing in the right place at the right time, and Ben Cook is the whole stadium smelling like biscuits.
Oh, he was sizzling on that. He was on the wing wide open on that underhand shot, just handled it clean, had to make 2 steps to get clear, and just popped it in the back of the pipes. Nothing cleaner.
Ben Cook with the hat trick to get things started here. 4:55 in the first. KU up by 3 over Texas State, and they have found the answer.
Well, he's over here talking to C.J. Sims, and I wonder what they're talking about. I think they're odd and even on a ground ball, and then a shot. They're trying to pump each other's numbers up. Brother-in-law it down here low.
Yeah, that's what's going on. I don't know. I think there's something a little bit more malicious going on between these two.
Man, they need to answer, because Cook, you just can't lose a count of that kid.
Well, the slide isn't coming fast enough. You mentioned that earlier, and that's where the Bobcats are being taken advantage of as they fight for the ground ball possession, and ball comes up high, and they find their guy, Ben Cook.
Cook just holds, looks for a sub package, and they're gonna drop this thing into rotation to set the offense up.
Dylan Westerman working in the middle of the field, getting it back to Cook. You see that slide coming a little bit quicker with David Sharp. And someone get right in the face. And that one's one that ricochets off the pipes.
That was off his grill.
Looking for the clear are the Bobcats. CKU bringing a lot more pressure. As the possession goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Ryland really, I mean, in for the catch and just really not really anywhere near his stick, and they forced it over on on a Texas State turnover, and unfortunately Kansas is already set up for what they want to do here.
KU being patient on offense, setting up there. Working from behind X is Ben Cook in the back up top. You're seeing this defense coming out further on the perimeter.
Yeah, the last two series they've been playing rather slow.
How about that? Talk about playing slow. Slow playing that goal was number 29, Drew Dogger, with the score, and KU on a roll. 3:09 here in the first. KU 4, Texas State 0.
Yeah, Dogger just had that on that zone down that lane, backed this man down, created separation, got loose. You know, just all he had to do is just that one little step back, got him enough room to get turned around, and at that point he just beat Rodriguez up high, and Rodriguez set up great. Just that lane opened up a little bit too early for him, resulting in that fourth goal.
Hugo Monty and Nate English down at the X. KU able to come away with the possession. Got a stick on the field, yard sale. And a long pole shot attempt on goal, and that's Tommy Foster basically saying, hey, if I'm going to get the clear and get down there, I might as well take a shot. 2:40 here in the first. KU 4, Texas State 0. Tyson Smith, and they found the guy, and boy, what an outlet pass from Ben Cook. Not able to handle his number 6, Will Desmond.
No, and that slide, they're coming out to shut off that shot down the goal line extended, and that's just opening up the middle. Cook just feeds back in the middle, and you got an attackman sitting there right on the edge.
So that would have been so pretty. Peter McCallum. That's one that ricochets off of the pipes. Texas State finally on the move with the clear. Trying to get in. That's Spencer Kane, the defenseman, on the fast break. And possession will stay with the Bobcats. Bobcats not spending a lot of time down here on offense.
No, not at all. Kane just took that extra step and lost a lot of his leverage. If he would have come out, probably popped it in a little bit sooner, could have used his leverage on that run and might have had a better outcome.
I have another flag on the play, and that's going to go against KU. So Texas State will have an opportunity for a man-up offense. Didn't see what the call was there.
You're going to have 30-second push in the back.
Pushing the back is the call, so 30 seconds. Man-up opportunity here for Texas State.
Apparently, if you push in the back, you're nowhere near the ball, so it cannot be considered a check.
Okay.
So.
Caleb Cole bringing the ball inbounds, taken by McLean West. Working the middle of the field, and that's a shot attempt on goal by number 32, Avery Martin.
West with a great ground ball and unfortunately resulted in a turnover.
Not able to take advantage of the man-up opportunity are the Bobcats, and now KU back on offense. Owen Gillick with the clear, getting it back up top to Ben Cook. Cook already with 3 goals.
KU's going to kind of turn this thing over a little bit, run Cook to the far side. There's our man CJ again. Nice little ground ball pickup there for Caleb Cole.
"19 seconds here in the first. Caleb Cole dancing in the alley. Shot attempt that goes behind the goal.
Yeah, I mean, he got up in the air, got lifted. He had a body on him and just carried that shot a little wide.
10 seconds here in the first, and there's a rear check, pushing it back. Going to get a push with the possession staying with Texas State. Texas State content with letting the first quarter run out. So far, the first quarter being completely dominated by KU, up by 4 here at SMU. As they take a break for the first period, we'll be right back to begin the second here on Game On Sports. And we have a goalie switch to start the second quarter. Heckma Harrison joined by Jim Dixon. And so far, everything going the way of the Jayhawks. Wish it would have gone like that with my bracket.
Well, there's picking hoops and then there's lacrosse.
There's lacrosse. All right.
Didn't work that way for you.
It did not, man. How about you? How's your bracket looking these days, Jim?
You know what? I'm in boycott.
What?
I'm in boycott. I went all in. I went blind Nello on Gonzaga, and I just said, that's it. I'm done.
Hey, look, you can't go wrong there, right?
Hey.
Can't go wrong there. You're still looking pretty good.
You know, when you can sell a kid to come there because your gym is open 24/7, man, that's the gimmick.
That's a great selling point. And the victory at the X, how about that? Pretty snazzy stuff there for Nate English.
That was just a smooth pickup. I like that.
English, a smooth operator, number 25.
Just with the swim dodge and off the pickup, that was awesome.
Coming all the way out of the cage is Philip Clemente. And there's that guy again, number 4, Ben Cook.
Got to answer for him.
Again, please make sure to like and subscribe. Game On Sports, or LSA Action. Thank you guys for joining us for the LSA Game of the Week between KU and Texas State.
Because you know the feature, you like and subscribe, you're always at the game.
Always, absolutely. For some poor soul, we're right in their living room talking to them right now. So they are getting the action front and center.
Spencer Kane with a nice little smooth rip off there.
Get the rear check working. Get the pass in close and lands inside the crease. No crease violation. He was pushed in.
Pushed in, and they'll wave that off. Now the possession change, Texas State's going to retain.
Had a flag, so obviously the flag goes against KU. Texas State again will have a man-up opportunity. And sitting in the sin bin is number 50, Kyle Sprague.
I do not know what the Naperville native did over there, but he's sitting.
Well, at least we know where Kyle will be for maybe the next 30 seconds, as Texas State needs to get something going. Trying to get back top side. And wow, trying a little nutmeg there was Max Combs. That's a great save by Philip Clemente, who's been pretty solid.
I'll tell you this, his mom appreciated that save. If she wants grandkids, she appreciated it.
Everybody in the Clemente family. that was going one direction.
Manny got the stick down there in a hurry.
Hey, I've never seen the stick move so fast. He was not going to take that one. It's Texas State back in position, and how about that for a score? Number 32, Avery Martin, from about 15 yards out with the score.
Yeah, Martin just went low to high with that lane open, and I think KU is kind of set back, waiting on some kind of a drive down the outside, not really expecting a quick shot. But if you're going to give somebody an open lane, they're going to take it. These kids know what to do with it.
Nate English back down at the X. Andrew McKinley. McClaney wins, able to come away with the possession for the Jayhawks. Drew Dogger working in the alley with an outlet pass, and that's a shot that's going to come back this way. How about that for velocity on Ben Cook's shot?
He rocked the cage on that one.
He did. You saw them when you see those black pellets start to come off the ground. You know that thing had some force on it. KU will keep the possession. 12:20 here in the second. Number 12, Michael Knowlton. KU. How about that for the Bobcats, extending their defense out, being disruptive, trying to earn the possession back. Finally coming out of that scrum with it is Jackson Tuzo. An errant pass, now back over to the Jayhawks. Knowlton with the shot attempt, trying to run down to show that he was near the end line. Is number 6, Will Desmond, but the possession will go to the Bobcats.
Yeah, Texas State has not faltered on a clear today, and that, I mean, they're very methodical about pressing that up on these offensive possessions. Just unable to really do much until this last couple of minutes here in the scoring zone.
Max Combs working down the alley near the GLE and not able to come up with the score. Cade Nygren with the possession for the Bobcats. Sam Jobin with the shot attempt. How about that for some wheels and a little talking going on here by number 11 as he takes a shot. Things getting a little chippy. I don't think they took too kind of Quinn Brandmeyer.
Running backwards, chirping.
Chirping. I like it.
Chirping, giving the business.
70 degrees. They just turned the temperature up about 20.
Yeah. Well, you don't like somebody chirping, catch them.
And they did.
And they did.
And they did.
Yeah, I mean, generally when you're a long pole and you're converting on that offensive zone, you got to be a little bit more attentive to dish or take the shot, and a little less attentive to who's in your rear view.
And looks like who's serving the penalty for Texas State? I thought it was number 20, Cade Nygren.
Looks like our man C.J. Sims over there.
Yeah, it is. C.J. Sims, and that's a guy that they definitely need.
Well, if the ball's loose on the ground, that's a guy I'll want around.
KU with a man-up opportunity, and you see the Bobcats going into a zone, hovering around the crease. A man-down defense. See the ball rotation for the Jayhawks. Make sure that Ben Cook gets his head on it. Working back inside, and how about that for a shot attempt that goes over the top of the cage.
No, and Goss did great. He got clear. We got midfield activity. Goss got clear off his man, got outside, and just carried that shot a little high.
I don't know, things got chippy pretty quickly out here.
I mean, usually it's kind of a coffee clutch. It's like, well, yeah, what did you do in psychology this week? You know, it's kind of that thing, and apparently it got heated quick.
Well, this thing has turned to a mosh pit then.
I mean, right there on the midfield line. And generally, I mean, with working three officials, you'll have a judge, you'll have one of the officials back. I mean, certainly an earshot of all that. So.
Again, KU still with the man-up opportunity. 53 seconds on the shot clock, 10:21 on the game clock.
Yeah, we're going to have to check. It looks like they ran Brandmeyer. That or they froze him out and just made him go do inline ball.
Yeah, maybe so. And these guys got to leave the referee back here with these guys because they are definitely chirping away at one another again. It's going to make for an interesting end to this first half.
I mean, Kansas exhibiting excellent passing ability, just looking for the matchup and just really not drawing the matchup with the zone.
Not able to take advantage of the man-up opportunity that they had, did the Jayhawks. Now working to clear is David Sharp. Long pole, now with the pass attempt. And how about this for numbers for the Jayhawks? And that's easy work for number 6, Will Desmond. Was just talking about the man-up opportunity, and now KU up by 4 scores with the score here at SMU. Jayhawks 5, Bobcats 1.
Yeah, and Rodriguez was just left naked back in the crease. Just really, you don't. I mean, when you're back there, you don't have a choice. You stand your ground. You can come out and play and entice the early shot and see if you can get them off their rhythm. He opted to stand in the goal and try to fill it up, and at that point they can kind of pick and choose a corner and make you bleed.
Back down at the X for McKinney. Alden Brieford with the clear for the Jayhawks.
Yeah, and Kansas really trying to coax the Texas State defense out to kind of open up those lanes on the inside and maybe take advantage of bigger bodies and speed.
Cooper Goss there in the alley with the pass out from Will Desmond, the guy that just got the previous goal for KU. Drew Dogger being patient, setting up the offense with 28 seconds on the shot clock. Getting it back down to Desmond as the slide and double team comes. 18 seconds now on the shot clock. Dogger from behind X, trying to find his way back up top, and that is a score for Dogger. How about that, man? He was slow playing, and that's the second time he's done that and scored.
Yeah, he took Rodriguez down. Rodriguez actually stopped the shot, got it on his stick, really couldn't get it in to convert it, and unfortunately kind of kicked it around as he's trying to clear it out. Just momentum carried across the goal line and back into the crease or back into the goal and resulted in that 6th goal for Kansas.
8:21 here on the game clock as Drew Dogger strikes. Nate English with the win at the X and not able to keep the possession. Texas State just not having a whole lot of luck right now. Everything going the way of the Jayhawks. But what I've learned from you, JD, the lacrosse game is never over, especially when it's this close. So
it can look out of hand and it can turn on a dime.
Got whistles on the field. I think we have something maybe going on with the shot clock. Zach Krause being shown a lot of love there, and that's a save by John Rodriguez.
Yeah, Gottfredson just checked in and got very active there on defense, converted a ground ball, and basically turned this thing on a dime, and then it stalls out at midfield.
Working to get the clear are the Bobcats, and possession is going to stay. Well, nope. It's like that was Spencer Kane going out of bounds.
Spencer Kane was forced wide on the. He cleared with 2 bull dodges, got wide, and just resulted. Every dodge ended up closer and closer to the end line or to the sideline, forced out.
And a score by number 43, Blake O'Burt. Burt standing right there near the crease, and that's as easy as it gets. And a timeout called on the field here at SMU by the Bobcats, trying to get things back together. Well, thank you for joining us for the LSA Game of the Week. As they take a timeout, we will too. We'll be right back with more LSA Lacrosse. Both teams are back on the field for the LSA Game of the Week between the Bobcats and Jayhawks. Heckman Harrison joined by Jim Dixon. And Jim, that timeout was needed by Texas State because right now KU is just rolling.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to somehow break momentum. I mean, you got to get a possession. You got to win a face-off. Every ground ball is critical.
Speaking of ground ball,
there we go.
Spencer Kane coming away with it, looking for the rear check on Kane. Kane gets it off of his head out to number 10 to Garrett Godfreyson. 6:26 here, and that's a penalty. It's going to go against the Jayhawks as action continues.
Yeah, this possession right here, I mean, they got to spin this thing. They got to get momentum going. Really need to pop the net and take advantage of this thing, and then roll into man up.
Avery Martin working up top, gets the ball out to number 20, Cade Nygren. Nygren working on the far side, getting back in, and boy, that looked like he had a pretty good shot at that. And number 32, Philip Clemente, doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, Clemente, I think he caught that in his throat. He's down behind the crease, and that it definitely hit him in the grill. But sometimes with the goalies, it'll hit you low on your cage and carry your head down where that ball comes down in, and that's a hard vulcanized rubber object coming at your body, and that thing rolls down and hits your clavicle, and your neck's kind of, they do have a gullet guard, but that doesn't keep you 100%.
You see him trying to make adjustments around his neck, and obviously, like you said, partner, he got caught. And right now the Bobcats trying to work their offense, spinning back inside. And how about that for the rear check by Beck McGuire? Sneaky rear check, brings the ball off the head on the shot.
And Martin got clear with a roll dodge, got loose, and just that little bit of contact and centrifugal force got that thing popped loose, and they spun this thing down on the other end now.
KU setting up their offense, and I tell you, the Bobcats have been familiar with the guy over there on the far side, number 4, Ben Cook, who got the party started for the Jayhawks. They did not have an answer for Mr. Cook.
Well, he's an athletic figure. I mean, he is pretty much every time he's got the ball, you got to know what he's doing.
And Drew Dogger with the pass in the middle of the field. And Gullick back up top, getting it into number 35. 35 into the crease, and that's Cooper Goss. The shot attempt on goal. Possession will go to the Bobcats.
Yeah, Rodriguez basically took that thing, with a foot.
Look at this guy, man. He is too much. Big Cook intercepts the pass from Rodriguez. Sees that Rodriguez is out of position and gets his shot attempt out. Heads up play by number 4 for the Jayhawks.
He, I think another couple of steps and he'd have had that thing in the crease.
I think you see the goalie out of the crease and your eyes are wide as saucers. And that's been the Achilles heel of the Bobcats. It's just been their crisp passing in transition, the lack thereof. And they've had plenty of opportunity, but not able to take advantage in those situations.
Well, it seemed like in the first period they kind of got out physical a little bit on the offensive zone, and they kind of righted the ship, and then the transition game kind of is falling apart on them. Their goalie's playing great. He's just getting, if you have a 50% save and and you're facing 14 shots, you know, I'm a simple man, but the math doesn't hold well.
How about that for a bouncer for Logan Gullick? And Gullick and Dogger working the two-man game up top, and finally Gullick gets down the crease, and nothing that John Rodriguez could do about that.
No, he was set up right, and just that bounce shot is just very difficult to read for a goalie. You're seeing it up high, it comes down low, and then you got it back at your waist. It's basically a hip shot, and hip shots are very difficult for these guys to catch up to. But he was down. That thing went right through his wickets. That was right on point. Nothing Rodriguez could have done to stop that thing.
Coming out with the possession are the Jayhawks, and they are quick on transition again, and that's one for Rodriguez. He's looking around at his feet, trying to locate the ball.
Well, you know you made the stop, and you know where it's not. You know it's not in your stick, and then you got to find it.
And C.J. Sims back on the field, and how about this? Numbers for the Bobcats, and again, the passing has been the Achilles heel for these guys, and that ball's going to go out of bounds. Possession to the Jayhawks.
Yeah, that was a wonderful opportunity that just kind of fell apart late for the Bobcats, and you know, when you're down, you know, you're down 7, you can't afford that.
Trying to get a possession right now are the Jayhawks. Boy, who wants this possession? Gonna give the possession to the Bobcats. Goffreyson. Pass out to Nygren. Avery Martin's pass over to number 11, Caleb Cole. Cole working back inside the crease, and a shot attempt that goes right off of the chest of Philip Clemente.
Bobcats are definitely having an opportunity. They are just right on the goalie on their shots, and he's not really forced to move much. And they got to adjust for that in the second half.
And McLean West. It's the pass back up top, and Cade Nygren setting up the offense for the Bobcats. Nygren on the far side now, working back from behind the X is number 11. And how about that for the rear check on Caleb Cole? Caleb Cole thought he had a shot attempt.
Yeah, Kyle Sprague, I mean, was right on his hip and just kept playing defense, and really no separation to take advantage of for the Bobcats.
A penalty on the field, so a man-up opportunity for Texas State. Get Dylan Peterson. "28 seconds here in the first half for the Bobcats, hopefully trying to get a score. And boy, I tell you what, Clemente has just been, he has been a stud in the middle. Hadn't given up much. There's 10 seconds on the clock. Texas State advancing.
That was our man C.J. Sims on the defensive zone, just breaking that thing up and converting it down. And again, Bobcats unable to take advantage of it.
And that's the end of the first half. The KU up 8-1 over Texas State. And JD, just give me a brief overview of what you saw there in the first half of KU's domination.
Yeah, I mean, KU is executed very well. They had a game plan. They kind of tried to quick strike a little early in the first period and just really converted or diverted back into an offensive zone and took more of an offensive stance. They've won the transition game. You know, they were kind of a little bit more physical than Texas State on the defensive side, and then Texas State kind of came back and converted that, but just losing, as you discussed earlier, that transition game is just killing the Bobcats. Are just unable to get in the offensive zone, get their steps right, and get where they can take some shots. Now they are having shots on goal, but they're not. It's ill-advised right on the goalkeeper.
Yeah, the Jayhawks goalkeeper Philip Clemente has had himself a wonderful day. Any shot attempt, anytime they've gotten close, it's been his ability to get those saves, but also offensively, Ben Cook getting the party started. It seemed like they did not have an answer for him right around the crease, but we have seen as of late the shift try to come a little bit sooner, but it's been other guys that have been getting in on the act, and guys like Drew Dogger, who also has 2 goals on this afternoon.
Well, and that's you convert to shut down one guy and you open a hole. It's it's like plugging a dike. You sit there and stop that hole, and there's another hole someplace else. So you really have to approach it as you got to play better team defense. You got to get these attack guys more involved in the defensive zone, and then what's that do to you on offense? And last time I checked, you're down 7 goals. You don't win a game by playing defense. You got to get in the offensive zone. You got to convert. You got to maintain your possessions. Every shot's critical, and Texas State can definitely come out of this thing. This is by no means over.
Texas State down by 7 points for the LSA Game of the Week here on Game On Sports. As they take a break for half, we'll do the same and be back with more action in the second half. Both teams have made their adjustments and ready for the second half. Heckma Harrison joined by Jim Dixon for the LSA Game of the Week here on Game On Sports. And if you were a fly on the wall for the instructions given or adjustments for the second half for the Bobcats, what do you think those would be?
I tell guys, hey, you got to get in the offensive zone. You got to start popping the net. And they're certainly capable. If you look at their record and scoring ability, they can certainly do that. They got to get free of bodies. The slide for Kansas has been their undoing in the offensive zone. They're a little bit more physically, a little bit bigger than Texas State on the attack. So they got to be wary of that. But that's the long and short of it. You can't defense your way out of this thing.
Not meeting at the middle of the field. Looks like they're getting some instructions here from the referees. Yeah, waiting for the clock operator. Get things sorted out. What we do know is that the Bobcats are down by 7.
We know that.
No matter what they do with the clock, that's an easy one.
And we do know that Kansas has been popping the back of the net. They've found a bunch of different tools in the toolbox today. And
we did hear for a quick second, right before the beginning of the second half, the clock went out. So just trying to get that readjusted to start the second half.
Oh, I think it's the shot clock. The bane of every lacrosse program's existence, the shot clock. I mean, I don't see, I don't see Kansas coming out here and resting on a 7-goal lead. I think they're finding things that they haven't been they're finding things they certainly didn't see last night playing SMU, and they anytime you can right the ship coming off a loss, you certainly don't want to give up on momentum. So I know Kansas is going to try and reinforce what's been successful, and obviously find new things to build on.
And those things that have been successful has been their physical play. Anytime they can muck it up, they definitely make this a physical contest. They have not shied away from any opportunity to do that. And for Texas State, it's just being cleaner with their passes in transition. We've seen, Jim, we've talked about it there in the first half, was they had plenty of opportunity for transition offense and just not able to take advantage of it with crisp passes. And so it's always that third or fourth pass that is goes a little bit outside of the box, or it's errant for Texas State. And so play is resumed. We finally got the shot clock fixed. KU with possession. Coming all the way out of the cage is Clemente with a pass that
probably would like back.
That's definitely what I was wanting to say there, because, look, he hadn't done many things wrong, but that was off. And Joseph Gazaldo for Texas State. Texas State setting up their offense, and how about that for a transition pass? An easy score for Texas State. That was a gimme from Max Combs.
I think Heckman in the right light. You look like you got a Texas State shirt on, man, because you were preaching to the choir over there at halftime.
And maybe so. I mean, I just see it so clearly what they needed to do with that opportunity to get that shot. They got Clemente all the way out of the crease offensively, and it could not have gotten any easier for them. And here they are, only down by 6, and with an opportunity to steal a little bit of momentum if they can to get back in this game. Possession to the Jayhawks. And just like that, we have our first penalty.
That was, I think they're gonna get this sorted out with a slash down there on the goal. Ball got loose. CJ Sims was in hot pursuit on that, and they're Texas State's definitely coming out with a little bit more tenacious on the defensive zone. They are playing a little bit physical here, at least early in the second half.
55 seconds into the second half, and already a slashing violation. And KU will have an opportunity at a man-up offense.
Gazaldo's over there still pleading his case.
Yeah, he's going to be there for a while, so they have plenty of opportunity to explain it.
He's still working him.
Trying to get out, and there's a guy again, Ben Cook. Ben Cook standing in the alley, and that's a shot attempt, a bouncer that goes over the top of the cage. Possession will stay with KU.
Yeah, Cook had a wide open lane on that and just kind of choked that thing off a little bit late.
It's a shot attempt over the top of the cage, and possession stays with the Jayhawks. Drew Dogger bringing the ball in from the end line.
Yeah, Tyson Smith got wide, had a narrow lane to go into.
The errant pass going to go out of bounds. Possession will go to the Bobcats. So far, so good for the Bobcats. KU not able to take advantage of the man-up opportunity. And now on the move offensively is Texas State.
Yeah, Cade Nygren showed a little lacrosse IQ over there, picking that thing up on the out of bound and then checking in. All he had to do is wait for the set, and Texas State was ready to roll.
Max Combs with the like he was going to take a shot. Pump fakes, passes it back out up top to number 20. Cade Nygren. Nygren to Caleb Cole working from behind the X. Avery Martin looked like he had an opportunity. Working back inside is Avery Martin. So everyone hustling to the end line. Possession's going to stay with the Bobcats.
Yeah, Scott Gaddy got that thing wide, went into the attack zone. Basically got physical and just got free of two guys off dodges and had a nice little running lane. Went shot high on it, but this doesn't even look like the same Texas State or team that we've been looking at in the first half here early in the second.
Have come out with a ton of energy out of the halftime. Find themselves only down by 6, scoring early to begin the second half. Did not see what the call was, but possession is going to stay with the Bobcats.
You got a procedure call on that defensive or on that wide shot, and then Texas State obviously retains in the attack zone, and hopefully they can take advantage of it here.
And Scott Gaddy, you were just speaking about with the shot attempt and another penalty. You see, I jinxed the first half when I said how cleanly played these were. Hey, got a lot of laundry on the field here to start the second.
So we'll reset here, and Kansas rolling the offensive zone here, man up.
Cooper Goss standing in the middle of the field. Drew Dogger running on. Seeing that perimeter defense coming all the way out. Spencer Kane, number 7 with the long pole. Back, whoa, what a shot from Will Desmond. As you always say, a low to high shot, and my goodness, that was a laser.
Yeah, on those low to high shots, you're making that goalie adjust, and he's got to come up. It's like a high fastball. It's just really tough to catch up with.
Crisp passes, as you see the shot right there. And the Nets are moving again for the Jayhawks. Up by 7 here at SMU. Again, a beautiful day for some LSA lacrosse. Got a nice breeze coming through. About 70 degrees here in Dallas. Cleaning for the Jayhawks down at the X, and Nate English. These two have been battling it out. Henley trying to get the possession.
Spencer Kane played that like a fiddle on that turnover. He goaded his guy onto the sideline and just forced the turnover. I think I just cracked our code on this Ben Cook deal. This is a Plano West kid.
Ah.
He's down here getting home cooking.
How about that?
Yeah.
Explains everything.
Yeah, that's the deal.
I woke up to Mama's pancakes.
I bet you.
And Caleb Cole with a shot attempt. Bobcats keep the possession. McLean West, America's favorite supervillain. Oh, back in the middle of the field. And that's what I'm talking about there, about those crisp passes when you have an opportunity. Looking inside and a shot attempt, and Clemente able to get the save. He had McLean West standing right at the crease and not able to make work of it.
Yeah, just that little bit of hesitation did him in, and I think he just that half second earlier he could have taken advantage.
West bringing the ball in from the end line as the Bobcats set up their offense. This guy, man, I tell you what, number 32 is something special.
Just set up, just shot right on stick.
Another save by number 32. He's been Philip Clemente. Substitutions being made by the Jayhawks. Zach Krause and Michael Knowlton running on, and that's another shot and score by Zach Krause, who just checks in and gets the score. And Jayhawks up by 8 here with 9:20 in the third. And really nothing that John Rodriguez could do.
No, not really. I mean, Krause got the ball, had a Texas State man on him draped the entire way. Just took a low leverage shot, but a good shot nevertheless, and just bounced it in under Rodriguez. And again, Rodriguez kind of standing back there naked, waiting on that slide, and there wasn't a second defender to pick up Krause.
Able to come away with the possession is number 25, Nate English. Number 25 in position with the bouncer, and another penalty. Nate English is down on the floor, on the field.
Yeah, Peterson just got under him on the shot and just lifted him up.
Nate English walking off. He's okay. Talk about them, both of these guys, English and McKinley. These two at the X, they've been battling it out.
Yeah, I mean, English. I mean, he kind of plays defense on the face-off. There's two parts to it. You got to win the clamp, then you got to do something with it. And when they adapted these rules to take away the motorcycle grip, it really kind of affected the face-off guys, and these guys really got to rely on these wings a lot more than they have in the past. And
Bobcats setting up their offense. Sorry about that, JD.
And English takes full advantage of that. He gets 2 or 3 looks on the ball just because he hustles after ground balls.
Possession goes back over to the Jayhawks. It's Ben Cook Sets the offense up with Michael Knowlton Jr. Ben Cook playing a lot further out on the perimeter. He's a guy that was lurking around the crease earlier in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, they, Kansas gives you a bunch of different looks by moving these attackmen around. They kind of settle their middies in typical fashion, but they move their personnel around.
Yeah, Mac Elliott being double teamed on the near side. Jayhawks working to get the possession. Ball goes backwards right when Texas State thinks they have the possession, and finally Rizaldo able to come away with it. McLean West working on the near side, near the crease, and that's a shot for West. How about that?
He worked that to a charm. He had his man on him, picked the slide up, the slide screened the goalie. He took that shot upper corner, and we were right on that thing. That looked great.
And you see him right here. They slow played it back to West, and West getting that corner with the score. And I tell you, the momentum swing has been back and forth for these teams, and it looked like the Bobcats were stealing a little bit of the momentum to begin the second half, and just like that, the Jayhawks have worked their way back in with expanding their lead.
Well, and Texas State's not backing off, but as far as back to that shot, I don't know what's better, that shot, the actual shot, or game on production shot of the shot.
I'd say both. I want to say both. I'm going to get a push there, and finally, Jayhawks with the possession. I want to thank all of you for watching the LSA Game of the Week between KU and Texas State here at Southern Methodist University.
Yeah, Kansas State's trying to coax Texas State out, or Kansas trying to coax Texas State out to the perimeter and make them play a little looser, hoping to take advantage of that.
Got a ball coming this way. And me being a former K-State linebacker, I've been making sure that I not say Kansas State this whole time, and you do it for me.
I did it for you,
Jim. Thank you.
I did it for you.
Thank you so much.
Well, I was thinking of Manhattan.
But let me ask you this: haven't I been doing a wonderful job of not being partial to one school over the other? Because
Hey, for two schools that they got together in a contest watching paint dry, I mean, you've done admirably. I gotta hand you that.
I appreciate that. And the Bobcats again trying to get their offense going. Gaddy. Pass back inside. Hey, we have some Christmas ornaments being hung out here at SMU.
Caleb Cole got loose on the roll and got loose up top. And, again, no lead is safe in lacrosse.
Caleb Cole, you see him right here. He spins back inside. That was a mean pivot. And the shot right over the top of the head of Clemente.
Yeah, I mean he set that up off his back foot when he went to go, and good lacrosse IQ there to bring them back down 6.
Now McLean West is at the X for Texas State. This guy does it all. It is supervillain and Fogo.
Look at him playing D. Got his just matches, rolls off. You gotta like that.
And substitutions being made as Riley Jasso runs on for the Bobcats. 5:32 here in the third. Boy, what a shot.
Texas State's throwing out the short package there. We're giving up height. gonna harness our inner shorts.
Ben Cook bringing the ball in from the end line, and how about that?
It worked out for him. Look at
it did.
That stops at low to high.
Working back inside hard, the Jayhawks, and how about that? As he, boy, what a shot attempt, and that's Dylan Westerman. Talk about low to high.
He did low to high on that. He got loose from his man, just threw his shoulder, little back up, and had plenty of leverage on that thing. And John Rodriguez, I mean, again, not able to catch up to it, but an admirable job on the day regardless. I mean, he's making good stops, just not enough of them.
Now that package did not work for the Bobcats. KU scores 11-4 at 5:03 here in the third. That West, we know this guy is lethal. That is a beautiful shot from Max Combs on the far side. How about that from number 33?
That was handy. He McLean West went in, drew the slide out on the perimeter, opening up that wide wing, and just dished it. And just a slick one-timer to the back of the net. And Texas State's not going away. You got to hand it to them. They're down, but they are not out. They're in there, and they're waiting for a nice little brief run to get them back in this thing. But
that procedure call. Bobcats is going to have the possession. McLean West, what a good job, and coming in for Nate English, who took a shot earlier and went out.
He's going to check out and go down to the courthouse. Handle some filling business down at the courthouse.
I think they're waiting on him. Caleb Cole now working behind the X is Max Combs. Being defended by number 7, Thomas Finn. Finn showing a lot of love with that stick.
Look at that, just eating checks. Just taking it on.
Combs back inside. That's a shot attempt.
That's too bad he couldn't convert, because that was well played. He worked that back through X. He got wide, got off his man, and just carried that shot a little bit wide. That's too bad he couldn't convert that.
And 23 seconds on the shot clock for the Bobcats. Cade Nygren trying to work back down the alley, getting back inside. How about that? Some nifty moves by Nygren. Wrong goal.
Yeah, he just unfortunately got his bottom hand lifted on the shot.
10 seconds.
And Heckman, you got to wonder if the Heat's not. These guys are. They're used to 32 and 76 isn't hot, but when you're used to 32.
Maybe that's playing a role.
I don't know.
Over the humidity, like I said, it's a beautiful day for us.
Yeah, but we're not running around with a bucket on our head.
Nope, we are not doing that. How about that? That's pretty nifty for number 16, Joseph Gazaldo.
Yeah, Gazaldo just checked in to do that, just to muck that up and then check off.
Job well done by number 16 as the Bobcats again with another opportunity to get even closer. Maybe closer than they've been since the first half. Avery Martin Got a yard sale here. Ben Cook slowing things down for the Jayhawks.
They'll get a package out here that they have been. Kansas has been doing great about their substitution, getting guys on the offensive zone that play the right role at the right time. And again, with that shot, and Rodriguez with a great stop.
Going to have possession that's going to stay with the Jayhawks. Until they thought that ball was out of bounds on the Jayhawks, and possession should have gone to Texas State. However, possession stays blue. .224 on the game clock. Is Michael Knowlton coming around the screen, and how about that? And wow, John Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez out the back of the goal. I mean, he was very shrewdly kept his foot inside the crease, which kept him live to go outside the back. He didn't have to force it out, and they could then construct a clean save as Texas State does and rolls into the offensive zone, just like they're doing here.
And that was a good pick and roll there by Knowlton and Krause with the shot attempt and saved by Rodriguez. And Texas State comes down with a shot attempt, and that's a save for Clemente. Working back inside, and Ben Cook in his usual spot. Ooh, and that was one that, goodness gracious, John Rodriguez had to get down on his knees, and that ball had enough velocity. It was still trying to roll.
It was still rolling around. He stole that goal. That wasn't a save. That was a theft.
David Sharp, number 13, with the long pole. How about that? That's so sneaky good for the Bobcats. Grant Stone.
Stone in there tippy-toeing on the upside of the crease and just unattended and had nothing to do but just drop it in the top part and bring this thing back to 11-6 Kansas. But Texas State's not going away.
No, they are not. They have the nets moving here and down by 5. And like I said, this is the closest that they've been since the first half. So momentum being stolen by Texas State. Guys from San Marcos. Rizaldo getting the ball down to Caleb Cole. Gaddy working from behind the X, getting it back up top to Cade Nygren. Nygren in the alley. Oh, that's a pass to the middle. Sure he wished he had that back from Max Combs. Combs there by himself.
See if we can settle this scrum and keep Texas State in the offensive zone.
Possession is going to stay with the Bobcats.
Bobcats get to reset here too. That's a plus.
And that's a shot attempt. Possession stays with the Bobcats. Scott Gaddy bringing the ball inbounds, and how about that? Max Combs. Max Combs with the score. Working back inside, and tell you who the Heat's not getting to, and that's to the Bobcats. Look at this replay.
No, they are. They're in their element here, I think.
As we have a bunch of the Texas State faithful here behind us, not having to travel far to get here.
That's easy for you to say. You're not driving it.
And that's the end of the third quarter as Texas State has come alive here at Southern Methodist University. They take a break for the end of the third, and we'll be back for the beginning of the fourth here on Game On Sports. "15 minutes to decide the LSA game of the week." And boy, do we have a good one. We thought that KU was just running away with it, and Texas State said, not so fast.
I think the south wind blew momentum to the north side of the field.
Possession goes to the Bobcats. Max Combs has been a big part of this comeback. You see these passes. These guys have gotten a lot more crisp with their passes in the first half as the Bobcats. That's a shot attempt and save by Clemente. And running for the loose ball and the ground ball pickup are the Bobcats. And boy, how about the wheels right there from number 13, David Sharp.
Yeah, Sharp showed good IQ there. I mean, he saw the momentum shift and just instead of dishing, just ran against the momentum and just unfortunately could not convert it.
Ooh, talk about climbing the ladder. Will Desmond had to get up top to get that one, and they are hustling to the end line and not able to keep the possession are the Jayhawks. And CJ Sims bringing it in from the end line.
Yeah, and that tenacious clear that Texas State has used all game, I think is going to pay off here late. There's Sims that roll in the offensive zone.
Sims, a guy that we've been used to seeing on defense. He stays down on offense, recognizing that they have numbers. Numbers for the Jayhawks, and that makes it look so simple. How about that for Blake O'Burt? Right place, right time for number 43, and Texas State had the numbers, but again, the Achilles heel has just been the crisp passing or lack thereof for the Bobcats.
Yeah, and the transition did them in. I mean, they were up playing the ground ball, and Kansas got in behind them, and just that one-on-one for Rodriguez, again, just difficult to overcome.
Both teams back down at the X. And McLean West not able to come away with the possession. And that's a shot attempt by number 29, Drew Dogger. Dogger, who had 2 goals in the first half, working to back inside the crease. Easy work for Will Desmond. Another score for KU that seemed to be just on autopilot. Whatever was said there at the end of the third to begin the fourth, these guys have they're awake now.
Yeah, I think you watch a lead erode and you jump to attention pretty quick, but Desmond on that goal line, got clear of the goal line, extended, just had to beat his man, switched lefty, just had to swing his hips and just pop that in top side again. Again catching Rodriguez just out there naked.
And here we are with numbers, and how about that from Clemente? He is not, talk about unbothered in a one-on-one situation and save at number 32. Logan Gullick setting up the offense, getting the ball back up top to Drew Dogger. 12-19 here in the fourth.
I mean, honestly, a little early to start resting on your laurels, but they are definitely slowing it down, and they're going to be very, very approached as they take shots and try and take clean, effective shots.
Yeah, Dogger's shot over the top of the cage. Back behind the X is working number 4, Ben Cook. So, oh, what a move. Back over the top of the crease, and they've done that quite a few times. With the dodge, getting back up top and finding themselves right there east of the crease.
Yeah, and Rodriguez just cuddled up on the inside pole and just jumped into it.
And you see him ride them all the way back across the crease as Dogger trying to get back inside, and Ben Cook, that's a shot that goes high.
Texas State truly bowing their back here on this defensive stand. They are playing very physical.
Will Desmond, and whoa, what a shot from Cooper Goss. Wow, that was a shot. I don't even think John Rodriguez realized that ball was coming his way.
No, I mean, Ford came up, took contact, and just got the better of it and ended up on his backside, and that's all he needed to take that shot was just that little bit of body clear. If Ford could have kept his feet, that would have obstructed that shot. Just that lane open. The slide was a little bit late, and Rodriguez pays the price.
And he gets that through about a 1-foot window with the score. That's sharp shooting for the Jayhawks. Sticks on the ground, and the Bobcats with the possession, and just like that, the Jayhawks back up by 7.
I mean, I don't want to coach for anybody, but McLean West is when he's at the face-off, that seems to turn the tide for Texas State and gives them that momentum that they need.
Griffin Moore running back behind the X, trying to get back top side. Cade Nygren, how about that for the rear check? Just stealing out there. Number 17, Logan Gullick. Gullick working the middle of the field, and Ben Cook! Yikes! Wow. That's mean. That's mean.
Ben Cook, I'm in the area code. Been here for 2 days.
Ben Cook. Ooh, they call that chef's kiss on the day, right? God.
Just unloaded.
Gosh. The nets are moving.
I want to attribute Mom's cooking. It's that home cooking, too.
It's got Mom's spaghetti written all over it.
Kids home from Plano. Nice ground ball pickup there for Texas State.
And those are the examples of what I'm talking about right there, man.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity, you have numbers in transition. It's just this second, third pass just not going the way of the Bobcats.
Yeah, I mean you could be playing the best team in the league and one of the bottom teams in the league, and if you can't convert on the transition, you're going to have a tough day ahead of you.
Bobcats setting up their offense. Not a lot of time. They've got to get some shot attempts on goal if they have an opportunity to come back here. And there it is again. Perfect position. Avery Martin making the extra pass, and that's shot attempt that.
Yeah, Caleb Cole picked it up, got loose from his man, went over the top, and I was kind of hoping for a goal today because that kid's doing yeoman's work, and he's doing a lot of things off ball that go unnoticed.
Trying to get back inside and keep his stick. KU steals that possession and comes away about that for number 42, Westerbeck. KU back up by 8 as the double team comes out. Tuazo.
Nice handy pickup there on the offensive zone.
Yeah, Jackson Tuazo, the sophomore.
Man from parts unknown. But he came in and used every length of that 6-foot stick. Pulled that thing out from that scrum and rolled down the offensive zone for Texas State, and they opted to set the offense up. Hopefully they can make quick work here.
To Max Combs with the pass up top, and that's Griffin Moore. Got a flag on the far side. That's going to be a penalty against KU. The man-up opportunity now for the Bobcats. At 8:06, again, they're going to have to start trying to get some shot attempts off. Time is of the essence.
I mean, if they could just repeat the energy that they had coming out of the break at half, I mean, this thing would be back in business for them. And unfortunately, they just kind of fell apart for them here in the fourth period.
Another save. Boy, he's standing in the line of fire. He knows that shot is coming.
Well, and he's doing a great job of positioning where he doesn't have to transition.
And both of these goalies have had their work cut out for them, as you see. John Rodriguez with another save.
Yeah, I mean, Clemente does a great job of setting up. He makes these saves before the shot's even off. He just has to make that adjustment to where the ball's going. He's not playing catch-up on these shots.
Caleb Cole hesitating. Looked like he had an opportunity to take a shot, didn't, and that's one that's going to go wide right.
Oh, get a chili pepper. They don't like our announcing.
That was more towards your side.
I don't think so. I think he was shooting at you and
no,
he was wide.
No, that's not what that was. I'm just going to stand behind the camera guy to my left if that ever happens again. So,
got to watch out for the chili peppers.
Like timeout has been called. Timeout called with 7:04 here in the fourth. KU 15, Texas State 7. The LSA game of the week. They're going to take a timeout. We'll do the same, and we'll be back with more lacrosse action here on Game On Sports. Back in action here at Southern Methodist University for the LSA Game of the Week. I'm Heckma Harrison, joined by Jim Dixon. And so far, it has been all Jayhawks. Bobcats have tried to come back at certain points and steal momentum, but boy, it just hadn't been working their way as KU kind of slammed the door in those final minutes, a couple minutes there in the fourth. Rattling off 3-4 goals in a row.
Yeah, I mean they just took momentum off the Texas State bench.
McLean West inside the crease with the shot. KU advancing inside. That's a shot attempt.
Rodriguez with a nice foot save.
That'll leave a mark, and that's Owen Gullick. The shot attempt on goal. I'll tell you, that's one thing I would not do, is stick my leg out.
No, you're committed.
Another shot attempt that goes over the top of the cage, and get a violation on the far side. And KU with an opportunity for man-up offense.
Yeah, I mean, as far as penalties, they've been fairly evenly matched, but it seems like to me that the Kansas has been, nobody's really converted on man-up except for maybe one goal in the first half, and the opportunities have been there. They just, Kansas just hasn't really rushed to, with urgency on man up, and so there's some teams that just don't play the penalty game. I mean, and that's fine. Obviously, it's working out for them because they're sitting here at 15-7.
And Texas State goes with a different look. You see the way that they converge around the crease right now and their man-down defense. Went out on these guys really quickly. You see C.J. Sims attacking on this near side, and that's a shot attempt by the chef, Ben Cook.
Ben Cook just serving it up over there. He was left unattended.
You gotta get to that. You gotta get to that guy, man. He is deadly on the left side. He is just. Tell you what, we opened the game that way, and he's closing the show the same way. Look at this shot from Ben Cook. Again, that's such a small area that he's shooting into with John Rodriguez standing right in front of the cage. Another win at the X by the Jayhawks.
You know, and Kansas had, you know, they won the face-off. You know, hats off to the Texas State defense. They you know, they broke out of the box and just pressured the ball early and forced the thing into a muckraking contest. And looks like Kansas comes back with this thing, but certainly upset the apple cart to a degree.
Yeah, 5:22 left in this game. And Texas State came out of halftime with a ton of momentum and came out with a ton of energy to steal some momentum. Had you questioning whether the heat was getting to them, and maybe it was just them putting it on autopilot there for a quick second. And
hey, guys take their foot off the accelerator all the time.
And they wake up. And just like that, Ben Cook comes alive, and they are just out here, you know, making these nets move. And just from the beginning, the first quarter on, these guys have been on fire. Except for that little lull, they have played like a team that really wanted to get that bad taste from last night's defeat from SMU out of their mouth.
Yeah, and I mean, and you know, taking a loss to SMU, as we've seen, you know, as the season's progressed, you know, that is no insult at all. I mean, SMU is on track right now. I was looking at polls this morning. I don't believe in them, but I was looking at one anyway, and there's SMU down, you know, climbing into the top 25, and deservedly so. They're playing excellent ball, and you know, they kind of handed it to Kansas last night, and Kansas doing everything to roll out of town on a winning note, and have some positives to build from for next week.
And talking to the coaches at KU, they talked about obviously them leaving on a Friday, not being able to bring a lot of their starters with them.
Yeah.
And so that's another thing that may, you know, have been these guys are playing shorthanded. So think about it. They have their full arsenal. Probably a much better team than they are here in Dallas. It's a Hail Mary pass across the field to Caleb Cole.
Cole set this thing up, roll through X here as a reset.
You see the screen coming on the backs underneath. Max Combs. See Cole trying to get back top side, being denied. He had a shot opportunity. Boy, I'm sure Cole wish he had that one back because he split the defenders. And Combs coming back inside, and that's a shot that goes behind the goal. And the Bobcats are going to keep the possession.
Well, and credit Kansas's ride here. I mean, they are very good. The momentum that Texas State. There's a shot wide from the deep hole, but the momentum that Texas State built on was basically winning faceoffs, one pass down to either on a mismatch and an open lane, and taking advantage of quick strike on the offense. And Kansas shut that down for the most part here in the fourth period.
And we have a goalie change for the Jayhawks, going from Clemente, who's probably earned the night off or the afternoon off, and now they go with the freshman, 5'9" freshman Drew Trotter from Shawnee Mission, Kansas. Ever been to Shawnee Mission, Kansas before, JD?
No, I can't. There's not a prison there, is there?
I think you're thinking Leavenworth.
Oh, okay. No. If that's the case, then no. No.
Okay.
Never Shawnee Mission.
Okay. And there they go again. Michael Knowlton with the score. Knowlton from Kansas City, Missouri. Said that like my granddaddy. Missouri. Kansas City, Missouri.
He Rodriguez, I don't know that he was that beat on it. I think he's just, at some point you just kind of hit a point of saturation, and he's down there and probably not feeling it, and just it's unfortunate because he's had a really good day, just faced a lot of shots.
Oh, he has. He's been peppered with shots, and man, he's come up big time and time again, but it's been offensively for KU. They spent a lot of time down here with those shots, so he's had plenty of opportunity, has John Rodriguez, so can't blame him for any of it.
No, not at all.
Yeah, 2:42 here in the fourth. I'm talking about a guy that's going to need an ice bath because of all the shots that he's taken.
And a lot of them are body saves. He's not shy of contact.
Well, you just mentioned right there on that one save, he sticks his leg out.
Yeah.
Got some pretty thick calves on him, but I tell you, I wouldn't want to take that ball on with my calf. Working from behind the X. How about that for a rear check by number 5, C.J. Sims, a guy that's been engaged this entire game. Boy, defensively, this guy has been.
Yeah, I mean he's mucking ground balls. He'll get in the offensive zone. I mean, kid's a player.
That's a pass that looked like would be easy for Grant Stone. And Grant Stone is down on the field. 1:40 left.
Yeah, I mean he was down trying to root for that ground ball to get the shot off. One of the Kansas attackmen came in and got him on the backside. Nothing malicious, just I think jarred his head.
And hoping he's okay. We see him raise his head a bit here.
And that's one thing the sport's done a great job with is concussion protocol and protecting these kids' brain boxes and I mean, because they're out here playing, having fun, but they got to go be a CPA for somebody sometime down the road. But I think he just got brushed up from behind. I don't think there's anything malicious in it. Probably took a stick across the back of his neck.
Good to see number 8, Grant Stone, walking off.
Kansas roll here in the offensive zone as soon as we get rolling here with 1:40 left.
Drew Darger bringing the ball inbounds for in play for the Jayhawks.
Nice little physical force there on the forced turnover.
Chris Busby for the Jayhawks losing the possession. On the outside, Caleb Cole for the Bobcats coming through the middle of the field. And how about that for Caleb Cole, number 11, with the score with 1:08 here in the fourth.
Take advantage of the new guy.
And that is exactly what he did, because Clemente was he's waiting on that. I'm sure they were happy to see number 32 go out of the game.
Maybe.
Yeah, because he was playing like he had, 8 arms back there. But they just couldn't get anything past him.
Kid had a wonderful day. And, we've talked about it before, but Kansas obviously wants to get that Friday night out of their system. Get on with the rest of their season, and these two squads, for the most part, Kansas has a lion's share of their season left, so definitely time for momentum to step in.
A lot of substitutions being made for the Jayhawks.
Tuzo with a ground ball pickup there. Over to Cole. Cole let them reset.
Yeah, Caleb Cole playing this entire game, trying to keep the Bobcats in it, and just that last score just too little too late. And this has been a good one for the LSA game of the week.
Gotta like the neutral site matchup.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know about it being neutral. It's a neutral site, but I tell you what, Texas State has shown up. As far as the fans, we do have some Jayhawk contingents here as well. The fan base here in North Texas.
Yeah, Cook's mom probably bribed him with breakfast tacos to get the whole family over.
Well, I tell you what, man, this is talk about a guy that is a stud. And that's your ball game. As Kansas University with the victory, 17-8 over Texas State. And Jim, I tell you what, there had been points in time in this game where it looked as though KU was going to completely run away with it. And the Bobcats came back to within 5 there in the third, but to begin the fourth, KU just put their foot back down on the throttle and ran away with it.
Yeah, and we discussed this earlier in the game or prior to the game that you definitely want to start building momentum. You're sitting at 500. You want to get some stuff behind you. Definitely Kansas has an advantage as they head into the latter part of their season with this momentum that they built up here late, and definitely coming off that loss to SMU from Friday night, and Texas State's winding up their season, and definitely they want to string something together and wanted to do it today. Wanted to start it up today.
One team out of the north as the University of Kansas. Jayhawks get the victory, and Texas State out of the South Division with the loss will be heading their way back down south. And really want to thank everyone for joining us for this LSA Game of the Week. Again, brought to you by Game On Sports. Please make sure to like and subscribe to Game On Sports. And I want to say on behalf of myself and JD, thank you guys for tuning in. Tim, all of the guys that are here for Game On Sports, we appreciate you tuning in. And again, please make sure to subscribe so that you can get all LSA lacrosse action. And we thank you guys for tuning in today. So God bless you all, and we'll see you on the other side.